Welcome to Dead Talk, the podcast where we dissect one Grateful Dead song at a time. Join me as we explore the history, meaning, and musical composition of their classic tracks. Whether you're a longtime Deadhead or curious newcomer, there's always something new to discover about the music of the Dead. So sit back, relax, and let's dive deep into the world of the Grateful Dead. All right, Max. Dead Talk, episode 4. What's going on?
Fuck yeah, man. Episode 4. He's gone.
All right. Have you been listening to He's Gone a lot this week? Because I've been listening to a shitload of He's Gone this week.
I have done my fair share of He's Goning.
It's funny because we usually listen to the studio version before we start the podcast, but this song has no studio version.
Does not. But 1972 was the first recorded version, right?
In Amsterdam. Yeah, I don't know if that's the first one, but that's definitely like the official release
Kind
of
of
it.
what we all
Yeah.
think of when we hear He's Gone. Like, that's our studio version in our mind. Just like the bass take.
Apparently, it was first played live on October 19th in 1971 at the North Rope Auditorium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So they were like practicing it, I think, a little bit before going to Europe in the fall. Because I found a couple other fall 71 like documentations. I don't think I found any like audio from 71, but I guess the internet had some sources, you know.
It always has some sources, man. The internet has a lot of dead content.
So between that show, October 19th, 1971, and their last time playing it on July 2nd, 1995 at the Deer Creek Music Center in Noblesville, Indiana, which I've been to. I saw Dead & Company there in 2016.
Nice.
Anyway, between those two shows, they played it about 608 times.
That's a lot.
That's a fuck.
Yes.
I think, they played it a lot. I think it's probably a heavy hitter, it seems like.
I wonder why.
I think because maybe I would think that not having a studio release where it only exists in the live form would maybe inspire them to play it a little more often because that's the only form of the song that exists.
Yeah.
So I bet they like it as listeners too, and for them to hear it, they had to.
Yeah, and it's
so
catchy, and from the surface level, anyone listening can just dive right in and relate to the song. You know, just because he's gone, nothing's going to bring him back. All right, I can get behind that. You know, it's applicable to my life. It's applicable to every single person in the audience.
When you first heard this song, how did it apply? How did you take it? Who were you thinking of the He's Gone, and what was coming to your mind?
Well, probably 2017, I spun this song probably 600 times, just like they played it. My buddy Ryan had passed away, and it was on my rotation because it was like, he's gone, you know? So for me, it was definitely like a friend that died. So I used that song for that. And then you dive deeper into the lore or whatever in the song, and then you find out the original part of it being Mickey's dad being the guy that's gone. But definitely, I think with a lot of viewers that can relate, this song has definitely been used for people that have passed away.
Yeah, I read that in an interview actually with Jerry and Hunter that they kind of started it with the Mickey's dad, Lenny, that theory, and then recently like Pigpen died in the middle of like all that, and so they kind of like shifted kind of focuses. Like, you know, it's up to the listener anyway.
It's totally up to the listener, but how it would be so much more fun to play on stage singing He's Gone in honor of a bandmate than father of a bandmate that fucked you over.
Yeah, so let's not assume everybody listening knows the whole story.
Yeah.
Is that in the book as well?
Yeah, so it is.
Okay.
Basically, on a high level, the band had lost their manager and they needed someone to help them with the finances. They were spending a lot of money on studio sessions.
Sessions.
Yeah, you know, the food, the housing, all of the above. And
the gas.
Yeah. So Mickey Hart's father came in to help manage the books.
And they were kind of, I think they're kind of like weird about it.
Yeah.
But
And he must not had the best reputation around town or whatnot, but needless to say that they brought him in, and time had passed and they found out that he had a separate bank account. He was writing checks under the table, and he ran off to Mexico with a large amount of their money. And then what else happened, Noah?
And then they found him in San Diego pretending to be a minister in 1971. So after they found him in San Diego, they had him in custody, and then the band sued him after they was in custody for embezzling money.
God, dude, that's such a crazy story.
So he repaid some of the money, and he was sentenced to 6 months in jail in March 1972.
Fitting time to drop the song.
So that same month, the trial inspired Robert Hunter to start writing a song about Lenny, which came together as He's Gone originally, but then kind of turned into Pigpen because I think he died at that same kind of time period. So they would play it in his honor a lot.
And now we probably listen to this song in live settings and we think of Jerry Garcia.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, that's when I first was exposed to the Dead. This was one of the first songs that actually like pulled me in and grabbed my full attention, and I could not stop listening to. It was kind of difficult for me to kind of get into the live shows, you know, as it is, like not being part of the culture, you know. So this is one song that I immediately grabbed onto. And I always thought about Jerry, which was weird because he was singing it. So he was like singing about himself, which I felt like he wrote it about himself because I didn't know any of this or really like look into it. I'm just like, I don't know. That's exactly who I was thinking about.
Well, and that's the beauty of this kind of song and how lasting it is, that as the generations pass, we'll just we'll think of different people as we sing these lyrics, you know.
Yeah, so as like, because Lenny never died, so I guess it's like he's gone, like he moved and he fled, he just ran away, he didn't die, you know. So this can be applicable to like really anyone, you know, like somebody moving away from you or passing away, or it's pretty universally, beautifully sad. And here's a fourth
episode
in a row of like a really sad, beautiful Hunter Garcia like anthem.
Yeah, we're really hitting.
We're on a roll. Yeah, I think we didn't try to have a theme, but we're
saving more of the jammy ones for when we bring guests on.
There's just some of these hard-hitting ones. These songs, it's kind of hard to avoid.
Yeah, and I personally, these are some of my favorite Dead songs. Because they're like this. That's one of the things that makes the Dead unique, and it's not all just psychedelic rock. You know, you can strip it back, and it's just as beautiful, and it's just as artistic as some of the best singer-songwriters we know of. So that's why the Dead holds so strong to me in my heart, is because once you do push through all the weeds of the sounds and effects and the tour and the family and all that, at the core of it, man, you have really solid poetry and really solid chords and music. Yeah. So we've been hitting that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And they're really simple chords too. Like I really love how simple they are, but they sound so gorgeous. Like He's Gone, to me, what really stands out is like their vocal harmonies within the chord progression. Not really like so much of like a He's Gone jam. I don't think you know, there's really like a hard hitting solo, and that, I mean, it's pretty good, but
and it's one of those
like the vocal harmonies in that Europe tour that really pull out the emotion.
And if you listen to like the recording that we always go to, even the solo is just the guitar playing the melody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the melody is it brings you in that much. So it's not, this song is really not about the solos and the improv and all that. It's here. It's on the paper.
There's always such a beautiful, at any Dead show, moment in the audience There's nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile. And everyone just smiles and stands around and like hugs each other. And we're at a freaking Dead show and smiling. This is awesome. It's always a really good moment when I hear the boom, dum, boom, boom, dum. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be smiling soon. Smile, smile, smile. What other lyrics really stand out to you on this one?
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, the rat in a drain ditch always stuck out to me because, and steal your face right off your head, because it really does paint a picture of who they were writing the song about. You know,
like
a rat, a snake, someone who's going to steal behind your back, who's going to poison you and steal your face right off your head. He's stealing your face of the band.
Yeah.
He's stealing your image to make money, and then he's fleeing with it. So it's really cool that Steal Your Face Right Off Your Head became one of their like pivotal cover pieces in their art that lasts forever.
Like the Steely. Do you think they named that thing the Steal Your Face, or do you think like the culture did and it just kind of stuck?
The culture, from my understanding, the culture named it. So they were independent pieces of work. Like the lyric didn't necessarily come first. This was meant to be an album cover, the Steely. And I guess the Steal Your Face Right Off Your Head kind of...
Because it's not an album cover, is it?
Yeah, it's not...
Steal your face right off. That's always a good moment in the
Or
audience,
no,
too.
I'm sorry. From my understanding, the line "Steal Your Face" was pulled out of the song to be an album cover, but it never was.
Steal your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
What about you? What's a lyric that sticks out with you?
Obviously, I like the smile, 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 and then I like Dogs in a Pile. Just one because I like dogs, and also there's a jam band on the internet going around town called Dogs in a Pile that are really good. So
that's a good lyric for a
band. Knew they got it from that song. So now every time I hear this song, I think of that band. So good job, Dogs in a Pile.
Yeah, shout out to Dogs in a Pile. We have I don't know if they're a Grateful Dead. Are they a Grateful Dead band?
I think they cover Dead, but they do have originals.
Cool.
Kind of like a Billy Strings kind of thing.
Got it. I love when Dead bands like take a little lyric and turn it into something, like Forgotten Space, or we have one here in town, Alligator Wine.
Yeah, you gotta really
lean in and listen.
Like,
you're
like, where the hell did they get that in? Do you have any other versions besides the main version that you like a lot? There's another, I think, a second main version. I think it's also in 72, the Oregon
Yep, Veneta, Oregon. Yeah, that one's good.
That's in 72, so that's, I guess, right when they got home.
That one is good. August. That's actually the one that I've listened to the most.
That one's super good. Yeah, that's on the compilation for the documentary from Amazon. Yep. So I think that one's getting a lot more love.
Yeah, no, that one has definitely... Yep. That's one of my top ones. No, that's really it, the Oregon one. I'm glad you brought that up.
In the last episode about the Slipknot going into Black Peter, I found that by listening to He's Gone on that show. So Joe Russo's Almost Dead has a great He's Gone on May 1st, 2015.
Okay. Yeah, definitely link that one.
And then I found one more that had a really funny outro where they're doing the "Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back." Like Donna's in it, and they just get like really silly with it, and it like kind of trippy, and it goes on for a long time. It was very playful. I liked it a lot. I put that on this blog post, and that is on October 6th, 1973.
Okay, so the song was still fresh. They were still experimenting with it.
Yeah. But getting a little more experimental, I guess.
Yeah.
It was really chill and really funny. I could hear the fun that they were having on stage on that one.
They were smiling.
They were smile. Hell yeah! Well, I guess let's sing some songs about Lenny and for your friend Ryan and for Jerry and whoever else
has used this song
is gone.
Yeah.
Well, Max, let's do one more episode without any guests, and let's start doing pretty much almost every episode with some guests.
Yeah, I agree.
What should we do next week?
Or Jack Straw.
I think Jack Straw is pretty involved.
Okay.
I've never learned it, but
I haven't either.
I think it's something
I love Deal
really
also.
Prepared for. I like Deal too.
I never played it though.
I played it. It's reasonable to know.
Okay.
Deal or Tennessee Jet. I like.
Ooh.
Let's do Deal.
Okay, Deal.
Deal. All right. Yeah, let's do Deal. That sounds great. All right.
Sweet. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for tuning in to Dead Talk episode 4, and we'll see y'all next week.